There are only 3 college basketball games. We haven't really gone into much college basketball news lately, but we will in the upcoming episodes. There are only 3 ranked games. There's Jackson State at Mississippi State. You've got Georgia State at Auburn, and then we've got a ranked matchup: 16 your UCLA Bruins against 20 Maryland. They're going to be playing at Terrapins. So, are there any upsets tomorrow? Is UCLA gonna show up in Maryland tomorrow? They're gonna win that game. What are your thoughts for those 3 games?
I'm gonna say Auburn is gonna win. And Auburn is favored by 21 at home against Georgia State.
Yeah.
Auburn's been kind of iffy this year. But I feel like they're the kind of team that might cover that just because they're very athletic and I feel like they might cover. So I'd say take Auburn to cover against a team with less size and just less athleticism, less like high end talent.
Mhm.
Jackson State at Mississippi State. Jackson State is 1-8 and Mississippi State is 9-0. I
Yeah.
mean, Mississippi State hasn't played anyone great. I don't think the line is out yet, but I feel like Mississippi State is going to win that one by 20 to 30 points.
Yeah.
So anywhere in that range. And then the UCLA Maryland game right now, I feel like it's interesting because Maryland is favored by 1 at home. I think it's pretty clear that UCLA is a better team than Maryland. The being in Maryland has an impact for
Yeah.
sure. They have a great fan base. They have a great everything. I watched the Maryland Tennessee game a few days ago.
Hmm.
That was one of the ugliest games I've ever
Yeah.
watched. It
Yeah.
was like a 52 to 50, it was like a 54 to 51 game. It was a
Yeah.
totally low scoring game.
Hmm.
Maryland went 2 of 22 or 2 of 25 from three.
Yeah.
I feel like Maryland and UCLA are actually similar in the sense that they're both very physical teams that are defensive oriented. I feel like
Hmm.
they both have really good defenses. UCLA clearly has more talent, but
Yeah.
sometimes UCLA makes some mistakes. I'm gonna have to go with UCLA winning this game tomorrow
Yeah.
because especially since we lost against Baylor and Illinois early in the year, we
Yeah.
kind of have had a chip on our shoulder.
Hmm.
And I feel like it's going to be tough in the sense that it's our first like true road test, like true
Yeah.
road game in a road
Yeah.
environment, especially with Amari Bailey, Dylan Andrews, a ton of freshmen. But
Yeah.
I like our veteran leadership. I feel like Tiger Campbell's had a tough start to the year,
Hmm.
shooting wise. So I feel like he's going to get on track. He's going to have a big game. Um, I just think Maryland is ranked right now because they started the year well and they had a few good wins, but they've lost their last 2 games. And I just feel like UCLA's caliber of team. I mean, UCLA I feel like is like a Final Four national championship caliber team. I feel
Yeah.
like Maryland
Hmm.
might be a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah.
Maryland could definitely win because it's at home, but I'm gonna take UCLA +1
Yeah.
in Maryland tomorrow.
Hmm.
Not biased at all, by the way. Not biased at
Oh,
all.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. This is
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. So no bias to see here, but I'm gonna take UCLA tomorrow. It's gonna be a tough game against Kentucky on Saturday, but
Hmm.
yeah, let's one game at a time. I think we're gonna win tomorrow.
Yeah, for me, I feel like Mississippi State, Jackson State, that game's pretty much a given. And then the same thing for Auburn, Georgia State. Both Mississippi State and Auburn, they've got really good teams this year. If they're not playing a team that's at least in the top 10, I don't think it's a matchup for them. I feel like they can just easily waltz into whatever arena that they're going to and win those games. So I'm going to focus on the Maryland UCLA game a little bit right here. The over under is 141 points. I think that can easily be beaten. I think you can go
It's gonna go with the
way
under.
over. I feel like you can go way over 141. I can see both of these teams only playing an offensive game, both scoring at least maybe 70, 80 points each. I feel like it'll be a close game. I like the spread that they have of 1 point because I do think it'll be a 1 point, 2 point, maybe 3 point game. It'll be very close. It'll just be a very high scoring game. I don't see how it can go under 140. But we'll find out tomorrow. As
What's
of
your pick?
us right now, that's gonna do it for
What's your pick? What's your pick?
I mean
You
it's
gotta
such a
get
close game.
you gotta pick it. You're trying to get out of that. You're trying to get out of that. You gotta pick it. He just doesn't want to say it. He knows what's gonna happen.
I mean, I do like UCLA. I like the way they
He like
play. I like the way they play. I like the team that they have. So I would have UCLA beating Maryland. Like you said, their last 2 games were pretty ugly, a bunch of ugly losses. So this could be Maryland out of the top 25, especially with this UCLA loss. But I do think it will be a close game. I think Maryland's gonna have to bite the bullet on this one and just accept their fate. So I'll have UCLA winning on the money line. But
Sounds good.
yeah. That's gonna do us for episode number 3. Make sure to follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can find us at Dubs Only Sports on all of them. If you're not listening to our podcast, you can find us on Spotify at Dubs Only Sports. And am I missing anything, or is that everything?
That's basically it.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for episode 3, and we'll catch you guys in episode 4. Later, guys.
Peace.